nothing can be done. Ništa se ne može učiniti. Nothing can be done. This is my new official philosophy, and to remind myself every day, I wrote it on Croatian, and I also place it above my doors here. On English. So today is March 3rd, 2020, and I'm in Rijeka in my room where I lived most of my life. And now I'm just gonna explain you after a sip of coffee the only legal available drug to me apart from the green tea. So 2 days ago I was leaving very cool lectures in Klub Mladih Rijeka, where I bought this book, Rex Simpson. You know that this method saved my life in 2015 in Cambodia, where I contracted the Escherichia coli, but superbug. Superbug sounds like Super American. It's typical Croatian reaction, because if it's not on the media, my Slavic Neanderthals don't know it, right? So superbug is the bacteria which is resistant to all antibiotics. And because I was dying, I started to use this oil and I got cured myself, so it's working, and probably you guys of course know about it, right? But not the beer drinking Croatian public, you know. Fuck it. Not really enjoying in this country, to be honest. It's clean, it's safe, it's super fucking sterile, and but nature is nice. So yeah, when I was leaving this lecture, and lecture was also about how to grow legally, right? Not marijuana, because that's like straightforward prison time here, because Croatian police, Ministarstvo unutrašnjih poslova, works together with Albanian mafia hand in hand for distribution of marijuana, while Secret Service is working with the heroin, with the cocaine, and I think those two and some others. Really, the local police force is really into this, so if you try to grow anything, they will be there pronto, right? But if you're smoking, selling it, or buying it on a street, as long as it's Albanian/police, no problem, all good. Be a good citizen. So that's how it is, mafia from the top till the bottom. That's my country, and of course your country as well. So now, speaking about the reptilian Illuminati psychopaths, flying monkeys, and the enablers of that system, which is pretty much the whole society, leads me to the topic of the, what I call, not only me, the hidden hand, right? You know, that Napoleon type hand, right? Okay. So the hidden hand, and why my philosophy is now nothing can be done. So everything I tried in my life, you know, starting my career on ships, working as photographer, videographer, was good at that job, shitloads of mobbing, quit it. Teacher in school, good, shitloads of mobbing, quit it. Being tour guide, doing well in the beginning, weird complaints from weird people, no more job. So wherever I tried, you know, to make my economic space in my life, that absolutely never worked. And you know, my last job attempt, well, there've been like several after that, but you know, working as a physical labor in Netherlands, I just couldn't make it, simply physically, because these are jobs for the guys in their 20s and 30s, not for the guys in their 40s. I met few, but these been like really big and strong guys. Typically, no. So you know, and shit was also happening there as well. So you know, I just realized when I was leaving this lecture, I left it even before he started to talk about the working together and organizing people in groups, and because some people have land, some people have labor, some people have skills, they can join together and grow. I always you know, underline the legal hemp, you know, the one without THC. You can grow that one. Cops will come, they will check it out. There are procedures, but you have paperwork, you've been registered. It's all done according to the law. which is the new law from the April 25th, 2019. So yeah, talking about that now, right? And yeah, that's it. I realized, fuck it. Even if I try to, network with the people, they're gonna be at least two kinds of obstacles. Obstacles from the outside, creeps creeping in, starts meeting in groups of two or three. Any average Joe needs to listen bullshit about you between 5 minutes and 20 minutes. After that, he hates you. You know that. You meet somebody, you're friendly, right? You click together 3-4 times, you meet the guy fifth time, he's looking at you like that. End of conversation, end of friendship, end of cooperation, end of everything. So that's how it is. This is the hidden hand, guys. Another part of TIs know it, but I also always repeat it for the Neanderthal audience. So, but luckily for me, most of them don't have English speaking skills, so they don't know what I'm really talking about here. So another thing is, unfortunately, there are also influences from inside, synthetic telepathy, fake inner monologue, right? When they're playing with your mind, when they're playing with your emotions, that's also obstacle with when it comes to relationship with others. Show me targeted individual who was targeted 5, 6, 7 times and it's not damaged good. It goes with the territory. That's just how it is. You can't abuse somebody for a very long time and expect that that person gonna be perfectly mentally and physically strong. It's absolutely impossible. So I also admit that, and if you're genuine TI, and if you've been really targeted for some time, I've been like covertly and overtly targeted all my life. Overtly, definitely since 2007. Covertly before that, since before I was born. I shit you not. I almost even died as a kid during the birth process because from some weird reason, medical staff was refusing to help my mother with induced labor. One doctor came, it was beginning of her shift, she raised alarm, and I was born barely alive. Corrupt Croatian communist that time still. Medical system was even working against me, even back then. Shit you not. Completely blue, with traces of blood on my face. Dried. In very bad shape. So, where was I? So yeah, guys, these are the obstacles which led me to my new philosophy. Because honestly, I decided that every time I have a hope, every time I try to do something, I invest so much energy, gets cut. Nothing been done. The only like real independent success I had in my life was this YouTube channel. I managed to get to some people. I did manage to get some financial help in my life. Mostly smoked it off to get edge of my depression. I admit I am depressed. So this was it. Anything like seriously which really requires cooperation with real like people physically, right? That never worked. Not even on like remotely medium distances. Not long, medium. Okay. So my last words are, system is always trying to put you in those 4 categories: prison, mental institution, homelessness, meaning death, and suicide. And if you're TI, you only, objectively speaking, only success you have is to postpone those 4. As long as you can. Everybody dies. You will die as well. Okay? You have to accept that. But you will always have to try to do following. Not to follow either aggressive impulses, vindictive impulses, or not to bite the bite. Because, let's put this like classical Western European scenario. Woman can attack you. You can't defend yourself. Even if she breaks a fingernail, you will end up in a jail. So you always have to bear in mind that what I noticed when I was like looking for a job lately, everywhere women. And I figure out, woman with a high school education worth much more than a guy with a bachelor's degree. Honestly, we live in that kind of society. I'm just saying, of course that in your case you're gonna be attacked probably by the male groups and so on. But giving you this example, always try to be extra conscientious about these attacks and the physical threats and so on, and try not to respond, or try to respond with deterrence, but not with a real attack. Basically, do your best judgment, but try not to end up in a prison. And of course, I'm coming from the perspective that you're not gonna try to do anything illegally. I assume that, speaking like one gentleman to another. Okay. Second thing is, try not to end up in mental institution. Classical beginner's mistake is when people get targeted, when somebody is going through their drawers, opening everything in a house, they call the police. Police ask them what disappeared. Poor target says nothing. Police sends target to the evaluation into mental hospital. Then problems start. Either this, or speaking to your good family doctor about your problems. He will send you to psychiatrist. Psychiatrist will, of course, always try to incarcerate you into mental institution. So never ever speak to the system, never ever trust the system. Absolutely everybody in the medical system, in this state, city administration, in the police force, secret service, Masonic order, everybody is corrupt, 100%. These people, if they're not reptiles, Illuminati, psychopaths, they are their flying monkeys, or at least the enablers. And every enabler, which is the best possible person you can find in the state system, corporative system, every enabler is service to self. There are two kinds of people: service to self, service to others, and everything in between. These guys, they begin with a service to self, and then they progress to murder and rape of children mostly, and homeless people. So this is something you need to understand. You are dealing with utter human scum. If it's working for the state, it's piece of shit. If it has money, it's piece of shit. How do you know somebody's piece of shit? It has money. It's working for state. It's doing well. Piece of shit. Okay? So third thing is homelessness. Unfortunately, that's something next to impossible to escape unless you've been born rich, which typically we're not. Meaning, examples, of the workings of the hidden hand. I was doing very well on ships as a photographer, videographer, mobbing. I quit working, although agency really wanted me back, etc. Working as a teacher at Academy of Applied Arts, assistant, not getting paid for the whole year, while my boss is getting paid, and he is like having fun with me, Uhljebi. His father was official photographer of dictator Tito, which was like mass murderer, and of course heavily worshipped as a god from the sheeple in this area. Same as it's Donald Trump, worshipped as a god by the sheeple in States. Same mentality, same low conscious, but that's just how it is, guys. So, privileged versus unprivileged, one getting paid, another not getting paid. Another, working as a tour guide, doing well as a tour guide, suddenly weird people with weird complaints, mostly fake. Nobody needs me anymore. Now I understand who these people are. Born in. Who else? So, that's just how it is. Sooner or later, it's gonna be the street, it's gonna be the homelessness, everybody gonna turn the back. And, and the fourth, the suicide. Try not to suicide yourself. I can't help you with that because there are objective circumstances which are leading a targeted individual into homelessness and suicide and death. There are also subjective problems. Maybe I mentioned it before. The synthetic telepathy, faking of your thoughts, faking of your inner monologue, affecting your emotions, astral dremscape programming. Every morning I wake up. That can be either when I'm transitioning from the sleep into waking process, or when I'm waking up, I consciously pushing away from myself suicidal and negative thoughts, because this is exactly what I've been programmed in my sleep. So when I wake up, first thing in the morning, meditation is just to push this away. That's my very first thought. Okay, now I need to push it away. speaking only about the astral dreamscape manipulation, not mentioning all others. It's just constant warfare, guys. I'm tired. I'm almost 45. Everything I tried to do, hidden hand came, fucked it up, and I don't want to kill myself, but I'll tell you one thing. If I have had a shotgun in the closet, if I were an American citizen with $200 shotgun anybody can buy, I wouldn't be talking to you now. That honest I am. Okay? So, if you can choose between owning a firearm and not owning a firearm, if you're TI, bigger chances of survival for you are not to own one. What's gonna happen if somebody attacks me? You're gonna suck cock. That's what's gonna happen, right? But chances somebody attacking you and you being shot are actually far smaller than you owning a firearm and killing yourself, even statistically speaking. So I said my part. There is no way out. Okay? Nothing can be done. Don't forget, this is the philosophy. Sorry for bringing you the truth. Okay? And the last thing is, of course, I'm gonna be off internet for a while. Why? Honestly, I really want it. That's something I really want. It just came to me as a gradual and then a sudden wish, not to I would like to thank those people who've been hanging out here, especially now I was like, well, not in this order, but chronologically speaking, I think the older member is Cille du Nord, Québécois, Au revoir mon ami. We never spoke personally, but you started to hang out from the very beginning. It's been 5 years. I appreciate your company. So let's start with seniority. Then, of course, Denise from Florida. Relatively speaking, newer friend, but we really made a good friendship. I was thinking about you, and before making this update, I sent you a message that I'm not gonna be there for a while. I know that you worry, and I noticed that in your messages as well. Private messages. Francis Harkin, new friend. It was nice hanging out with you. I wish we could smoke ganja sometime and hang out. You seem to be a cool guy. Other guys, Christine from Germany, Serge from England, and you guys been helpful. I really appreciate that. All other guys who help out this or that way, thank you, Captain. Thank you for stopping by in my life. We were not compatible because of your Trump worshipping. I've been through this phase. I was I also used to believe in politicians like Tito when I was a kid, or Franjo Tuđman when I was later on teenager. I always got disappointed. So that's waiting for you at the end of the line. Your heart will be broken. So, but you've been a nice guy. You've been very helpful, especially financially. So, that being said, I apologize to all of you who I forget to mention. Ivan from Croatia, a friend from Porridge who's also watching me, and who's sometimes we communicate through Viber, and Peter. So yeah, guys, thank you for stopping by. Maybe like in theory, it would nice to be with you, minus Captain, somewhere, working, trying to cooperate together, trying to fight this evil together. But we are scattered all over the place, and there are also inner problems and outer problems, So take care, guys. Good luck to you, and try not to kill yourself, try not to kill somebody, try to have a roof over your head as long as you can. Don't spend your money on stupid gadgets and stupid technology. Save it for a rent, save it for the food and medicine. This is how it is, it really sucks to be targeted. It's pain all the time. There is this good part of understanding the truth and stuff, but let's face it, it's fucking hard. I would absolutely never try to go the Neanderthal way, normie way. It's just impossible for me. But what else to say? There are like 500 updates on this channel. You can watch it for like a year or two. If you're interested what I was talking about, go chronologically back. Bye bye.